Hello everyone, hopefully you're all well, hopefully you're all safe, and welcome to the video. And today is the day after the robbery, the great robbery as I'll call it, the great robbery. Now, the second red I'm not even going to talk about because it was a red card. Leno's red was a red, no doubt about it, but this is my reaction and player ratings for the 2-1 loss away at Molineux. This game was a chance at redemption, a chance to get back at Wolves for how they beat us at the Emirates. But we failed. We failed. Went down to 9 men in the game as well. But the main talking point of the game was the fucking incompetent decision right on half-time. The penalty that was given for a tackle on Willian Jose, which resulted in Ruben Neves levelling after a beautiful goal from Nicola Pepe, opened the scoring to make it 1-0. We dominated that whole half. There was only one team in it. We had a shot off the post in the first 40 seconds of the game from Bukayo Saka. Saka had a goal disallowed for the marginal of offside via the toe of Lacazette that was offside. Chance after chance, we dominated that half, but then the moment happened. The moment that I lost my shit. What is VAR in football for? It is there to correct a referee in case he has made a bad decision. It's not there for show. They even checked it with VAR. And they even said it was still a penalty and a red card. No, it was never a penalty. Luiz, you can see by the footage, he pulls out of the challenge, doesn't even go to Willian Jose, he pulls away. But Willian Jose's studs make the slightest contact with Luiz's knee. And he goes over like he's just been shot by a sniper. It looks like he's been shot by a sniper. The way he falls down, it is ridiculous. It is criminal. What more can I say? The people, it's not the technology that's the problem. Everyone's saying that VAR needs to go, this, that, and the other. It's got nothing to do with the technology. The technology is near enough, fine. But it's the incompetent idiots that run the VAR that's the problem. And we know who runs the referees. Who is in charge of the referees. The incompetent wanker that ended our 49-game unbeaten run at Old Trafford. Mike Riley. But that incompetent idiot, Craig Pawson, he was literally about... He had his whistle here. He was about to blow for half-time. He was about to blow for half-time. But then he sees that Wolves have got the ball in a dangerous area. Oh, I'll just let him play on. And they get it through. Minimal. Not much. Tiny bit of contact. But Luiz, he pulls away. Doesn't even go to Willian Jose, but the trailing leg. And he studs, brushes Luiz's knee. And he goes flopping like a sack of spuds. Never a penalty. Never a red card. And I hope we win the appeal. But I cannot see it because those frauds at the FA will say, nah, it was a pen, it was a red, get on with it. Nope, no. Things need to change. It is a disgrace. And we got robbed. It was like the Great Train Robbery. Just a great robbery. Ridiculous. And we've been involved in some of the most ridiculous decisions ever. Mane got away with elbowing Tierney in the face. He never got a card or anything. Bruno Fernandes studs right in the back of Xhaka's Achilles. Doesn't even get a card. Should have been a red. And I've seen many pictures. There was one with Alexander Arnold where he's going in, foot raised. Saka's coming in. It's hitting the side of his calf. Not even a yellow. Probably not even a yellow. Not even a red. Ridiculous. The most controversial decisions mostly involve us. Involve Arsenal. And Craig Pawson was the referee when Mane elbowed Tierney. What more can I say? And most people have already had me on my back saying that, nah, it's modern football, mate. You need to fucking chill out, this, that and the other. It's modern football. It's not modern football at all. Football is getting hard to watch. VAR, the people that run VAR are a joke. VAR itself is near enough a joke. And everyone will recall that Manchester City goal. The offside. The ghost offside. Whoever it was that was offside, I think it was Rodri. He was miles behind the line. But the reason why it stood, and this is strange, is because Mings, he chested the ball, and then Rodri came back from the offside position. He's now interfering with play. He should be offside, but due to Mings touching the ball, supposedly it's not offside. Supposedly he can play on, but VAR for you. It's either on your side or it won't be on your side. You just got to pick and choose your days, I guess. But, yeah, we have now lost our unbeaten run. Again, another unbeaten run. Gone. Dashed like that. Thanks to a stupid decision. Can't really fault the performance, though. The performance of the second half, as soon as Leno got sent off, that was it. It was backs against the wall. It was 2 banks of 4 to try and stop the game from going even more embarrassing than what it already was. The end-up game was a joke. What more can I say? I can't even be arsed saying it because I've had lots of people saying to me, Brad, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? It was a penalty. It was a red. Bollocks. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. And to make matters worse, the guys in BT Sport, Peter Walton, a former referee, he said out of his own mouth, he said if Luiz had clattered Willian Jose and actually made an attempt to go for the ball, it'd have just been a yellow. But for minimal contact, there was no contact at all. To say that there was no contact, it was Willian Jose who initiated the contact by bringing his leg back. Luiz was pulling away from the challenge. He brought his leg up and it grazed his knee and then he went down like a sack of spuds. That's a red card. What has football become? Honestly, a joke. I'm moving on. I can't be arsed talking about this shit anymore. Let's get into the player ratings. Starting goal, Bernd Leno. And I've got to say, that sending off was an absolute act of stupidity. It was stupid. Leno comes out, he literally punches the ball like he's playing volleyball. Absolute criminal. Against 10 men, we may have had a slim glimmer of hope, maybe, to get a point, but that sending off did it. And now he's got to sit out for a game, and we've got to either have Runnison in there, or hopefully, and a miracle, is that Matt Ryan's fit for the weekend, but according to VAR, he's injured. And Arteta said he could be out for the next 2 days. Hopefully that is the case. So I do not want Runnison in net on Saturday. No way do I want Runnison in net. Even though he came on and made a few good saves, I don't want him in net. No. Keep him away from goal. But Leno gets a free. Utterly ridiculous decision making by Leno in that sense. Next up on the right, Hector Bellerin. And again, not his best day, I'm afraid. Not his best day at all. Got forward enough, but the final delivery, the same thing over and over. It's either over hit or under hit, or too flat or too hard. There was even one, it nearly went out for a throw-in on the far side. His crossing is ridiculous. I'll give him a 5. And he's lucky to even get that. Centre-backs, Rob Holding. Not his best performance, but not the worst player on the pitch. No one was bad up until the second half, because obviously then the plans just went gone. But Rob, I'll give a 5. But the one thing that I will criticise him on is still this backing off business. Because when he backed off Podence, that allowed the space for Willian Jose to get in between him and Luiz. So he didn't know what was behind him, and Luiz was away from his man, and Rob should have been trying to cover at least behind as well as trying to get the front man, the man in front of him. But it went out the window, so a 5 for Rob. David Luiz, robbed. He was robbed. Hopefully he gets his red card rescinded and overturned. Hopefully it does get overturned. It should do, but I can't fucking see it. But it's worth a shot anyway in it, because it was never a red, it was never a penalty. But Luiz, I'll give a 5. On the left, Cedric, again, not a good performance. Can see why we're missing Tierney. But he has done a good job in that covering area. So I'll give him a 6. In the midfield, the two players that I would say that probably bossed the entire game. Xhaka, he worked his arse off. As soon as Leno got sent off, he was the only one probably that was pushing upfield to try and get the ball back. Everyone else was sitting behind. Xhaka was the only one that was pushing up, trying to at least make something happen. But it didn't happen. But he was the man that was cutting out passes. He was spraying a few good passes here and there, but other than that, didn't really do much. So I'll give him a 6. Next to him, Thomas Partey. He ran the show until he came off. He was all over the shop. He was spraying his passes here and there. He was the one that put Saka in behind in the first 43 seconds. That was an unreal pass into Saka, but Saka should have done better. He knows he should have done better. But I'm giving Thomas Partey an 8. He was man of the match for me. Close to man of the match. Him and one other person, I would say, had the man of the match credential for me, for an Arsenal sense. On the right, Bukayo Saka. He could have had a hat-trick in this game. That shot that hit the post, he had a disallowed goal. He had one shot that was saved by Rui Patricio. He was good. 7. I'll give him a 7. Emile Smith-Rowe, not the best of games. It was his quietest game probably, but worked hard. Work rate was great as usual, but again, can't fault it, but it wasn't the best of performances, so I'll give him a 6. On the left, Nicola Pepe. This guy's improved drastically. This guy is now showing he's getting there, step by step. He's getting there to showing how he's proving his worth. That goal, he sent 2 of those Wolves players to the fucking sandwich shop. Unbelievable skill. Megs him, barged Semedo off the ball, megs Ruben Neves, bent it past Patricio, round Cody, class finish. 8. Him and Partey are my man of the matches. I can't decide between them. And up front, Alex Lacazette came off at half time, but as usual, did his usual, running around, trying to hold up the play. Work rate was good as usual, so I'll give him a 6 for that performance because it was only one half. Subs that came on, the first one was Gabriel. Came on and just assumed his post. Didn't really put a foot wrong, so I give him a 5. Yeah, standard 5 I'll give him. Alex Runnison came on. Made a few good saves, but other than that, it was standard performance 5. And was there another sub? I think there was. Who was it now? Who was the third sub? I'm just trying to remember who the third sub was. It wasn't Odegaard. Who was it? I can't remember who it was, but whoever it was, I don't think they were on long enough so they get a standard 5. I can't remember who it was, personally, because I'm that frustrated at the game. But, again, that person gets a standard 5. The manager rating, Mikel. Good lineup, but as soon as the sending offs happened, plans were out the window. Good performance up until the sending off of David Luiz at the 47th minute. Then the second half, obviously, it was backs to the wall, trying to not melt down and concede a shed ton of goals. But for that lineup, it was a strong lineup and a strong bench. Give him an 8. Great performance, but the Arteta lot out tonight. Well, last night, most of them will have been out, chewing at the bit, waiting to get it. Arteta tonight and last night through the day today. But it was a good performance up until the half-time whistle. And then all hell broke loose after that. So, yep, that is my reaction and player ratings to Arsenal's defeat at Wolves. So, again, guys, you know what to do by now. And I shall see you for the next video, which will be out Friday. Which will be my preview and predicted lineup for the Aston Villa game, which kicks off 12:30 noon. So, guys, subscribe to my channel if you're new for more content. Till next time, we'll see you later.